Let's now take you live to the Electoral Commission, where the Electoral Commissioner Jane Mensa is addressing the press ahead of tomorrow's district-level elections.
And we bring you warm greetings from the Electoral Commission. We'd like to thank you for taking the trouble to join us for this media encounter on the upcoming district-level election. And on behalf of the Commission, I'd like to apologize once again for the late start. On Tuesday, the 19th of December 2023, eligible voters in this country will go to the polls to cast their vote to elect new Assembly and Unit Committee members to the various district assemblies and unit committees. The purpose of this engagement this afternoon is to share with the good people of Ghana and the media the Electoral Commission's preparedness to ensure a peaceful and successful conduct of the district-level elections, which I mentioned come off tomorrow, Tuesday, the 19th of December, 2023. We welcome you once again. The district-level election is a term which connotes district assembly election and the unit committee election. Both elections are held every 4 years to elect members to the assembly and unit committees. The tenure of the current members ends in 2023, hence the fresh call for the elections which take place tomorrow. As mentioned earlier, the district assembly and unit committee elections will be held in all the electoral areas and in all districts, with the exception of the Nkranza North and the Nkranza South districts in the Bono East region. I'd like to emphasize again that voting will take place in all polling stations in all electoral areas across the country, with the exception of the Nkranza North and Nkranza South districts in the Bono East region. This is because both districts, I was just making the point that voting will take place in all polling stations in all electoral areas across the country, with the exception of Nkranza North and Nkranza South districts. This is because both districts had their elections in 2021 instead of 2019. Hence, the term of office of the Assembly and the Unit Committee of those two districts will expire in 2025. Voting, as you all know, will commence at 7 a.m. and end at 5 p.m. in all polling stations across the country. All eligible voters are therefore expected and urged to go to their respective polling stations to cast their votes. Registered voters whose voter identity cards are missing can still go to their respective polling stations to cast their votes, since their particulars are already in the final register. And also their particulars have been incorporated and uploaded in the biometric verification devices, and therefore voters who have misplaced their voters' ID cards are still encouraged to go to their respective polling centers to cast their votes. As part of the Commission's preparations towards the conduct of the district-level elections, the Commission undertook some major activities, most of which you are aware of, and we engaged you extensively on those activities. The activities include the limited registration exercise, the exhibition of the voters' register. We also had a period for the transfer of votes, and also the receipt of nominations from prospective candidates, as well as the mounting of platforms across the country. In most of these activities, we engaged you and you worked with us and provided adequate, relevant information to the citizenry, for which we are grateful. I must emphasize that all categories of election officials have been recruited and trained at the national, regional, and district levels to prepare them adequately for their respective duties. In all, some 116,701 election officials have been trained and equipped for the district level elections. They include returning officers, deputy returning officers special duties, presiding officers, key trainers and technicians, verification officers, and ballot issuers, amongst others. Almost all, and I would say that all our election materials and equipment required for the district level elections have been procured in sufficient quantities and dispatched to the various regions and districts. The notice of poll have been posted at advantage areas at all polling stations and electoral areas across the country. Ballot papers for the DLE have also been printed and dispatched to the various regions and districts under police escort. And this is with the exception of some districts in the eastern region, which are currently being dispatched as we speak. But I'd like to emphasize that all ballot papers for the DLE have been printed and dispatched to the various regions and districts under police escort, with the exception of some districts in the eastern region which are being dispatched as we speak. The final register of all 38,315 polling stations have been printed and dispatched to the various regions and districts. The biometric verification devices, which will be used to verify voters in the elections, have also been dispatched. In total, 71,775 BVDs have been refurbished and deployed to the various regions and districts, and this will be used to verify each voter who comes to the polling station to cast their vote. This, of course, includes backups, which may come to use should the main BVDs deployed for this activity fail. We have a sufficient number of backup BVDs, that is biometric verification devices, in all districts across the country, which could be relied upon should the ones that we have as the main ones fail. We also have well-trained technicians who have been deployed to the regions and to the various zonal centers to provide technical support should that become necessary. As I mentioned, the Commission mounted platforms for all candidates contesting in the District Assembly and Unit Committee elections in all the electoral areas across the country. The exercise started on the 1st of December and ended yesterday, Sunday, the 17th of December, 2023. We have also engaged extensively with the security agencies, and just a few weeks ago, we ignited, under the auspices of the Ghana Police Service and under the auspices of the IGP, the election security task forces across the country. And they've been ignited at the district, regional, and national levels. The Commission has to date submitted the list of all polling stations across the country to the security agencies. And we are expecting and we are hopeful that they would provide security at each and every polling station across the country. In addition to that, we've also provided them a list of the flashpoint areas. And we believe that they will provide adequate security to ensure that the elections go on peacefully and without a hitch. We would like to entreat eligible voters that persons with disabilities, the aged and nursing mothers, should be given some preferential treatment at the polling stations. We do not expect that this category of persons will join long queues at the polling stations. And we entreat eligible voters to allow them to vote in a timely manner should they arrive at our polling stations. In addition, the Commission has provided tactile ballots, jackets, and ballot papers for persons who are visually impaired. And this is in no short supply across the country, and therefore persons who are visually impaired will be able to cast their votes with the use of the tactile jackets. As you may be aware, in our efforts to ensure a good turnout at this year's district level elections, we have engaged in extensive radio and TV advertisements and educational programs to sensitize the general public on the upcoming district level elections. We have conducted interviews both at the national, regional, and district levels. We have engaged various stakeholders. We have held stakeholder workshops for women, for persons with disability, for the youth. We've also conducted, and I'm sure you hear some of our jingles which go on the radio and TV, and this is across the country. So it's not just limited to the national level, but it's at the regional level and it's at the district level as well. We hope that it would encourage a positive turnout, and we'll have a turnout which is well above what we witnessed in 2019. Additionally, educational posters have also been posted in conspicuous places to inform and educate the citizens on the election. I'd like to mention that the Commission has also provided accreditation to a number of civil society organizations and development partners who have written and have applied for accreditation. As you may be aware, the media, we have a standing agreement with the media where accreditation is provided free of all charges. And so we are hopeful that and confident that the media would go and observe and cover the elections across the country. I think that I'll speak on the issue of collation. The collation of the district assembly and unit committee election results will be done at the respective electoral area collation centers. Winners of the two elections will be declared immediately at the collation centers, and copies of the final results will be posted on the electoral area collation centers. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to entreat all Ghanaians to go to their polling stations to cast their votes. We have put in place adequate arrangements, and we believe that the elections will go on smoothly and seamlessly without a hitch. Experience over the years shows that this election is not highly participated in, and we would like to entreat all Ghanaians and assure them that the Electoral Commission has put in place all arrangements, all necessary arrangements and modalities have been put in place for a smooth, incident-free election, and we would like to entreat all Ghanaians to take their time to go to their polling stations to cast their votes. Let us make this election meaningful. We are all aware that development starts at the district level, and therefore it is important as citizens that we have a say and a stake in who brings development at our various districts. So on behalf of the Commission, the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I use this opportunity to urge all citizens of Ghana across the 16 regions of this country to take their time and some time to go to their polling stations to vote for members of the assembly and their units. Additionally, I would like to advise all voters to refrain from acts that will disrupt the peaceful conduct of the election. The Electoral Commission thanks you, our media partners, for your time here this afternoon. We look forward to receiving questions from you, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make us all great and strong. Thank you very much for your time.